Welcome back to my spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments brewing in The Bold and the Beautiful as Luna Nozawa emerges as the central figure in what promises to be a week of high-stakes drama, shocking confrontations, and potentially life-altering decisions for everyone in her orbit. The Luna Nozawa phenomenon. A week of chaos unfolds. As we dive into the week spanning Monday, March 31st to Friday, April 4th, viewers should prepare themselves for what can only be described as the Luna Nozawa show. The enigmatic and troubled character has positioned herself at the epicenter of nearly every significant storyline, creating a web of tension that threatens to ensnare the entire cast. Her presence looms large over the upcoming episodes, casting a shadow that even the brightest characters cannot escape. The ramifications of her actions, past, present, and future, will reverberate throughout Los Angeles in ways that could permanently alter the landscape of relationships we've come to know. Luna's complex psychology, marked by manipulation and an unsettling ability to shift between apparent remorse and calculated malice, makes her particularly fascinating to watch. Unlike more straightforward antagonists in the show's history, Luna operates in shades of gray, making her unpredictability her most dangerous weapon. As we'll see throughout the week, this unpredictability will test the resolve of even the most steadfast characters. Steffi's ultimatum: protection at all costs. Steffi Forrester, a woman who has weathered countless storms throughout her life, finds herself once again fighting to protect what matters most to her family. Having narrowly escaped becoming Luna's third victim in a terrifying ordeal that left psychological scars deeper than any physical wound could, Steffi has reached her breaking point. The trauma of her experience has crystallized into a fierce determination to eliminate any threat to her children's safety. In scenes that promise to showcase Jacqueline McInnes Wood's exceptional emotional range, Steffi will confront her husband Finn Finnegan with an ultimatum that leaves no room for negotiation. Luna cannot be allowed anywhere near their family unit. The intensity of Steffi's delivery makes it clear that this isn't simply a request. It's a line in the sand that, if crossed, could fundamentally damage their marriage. "She's dangerous, Finn," Steffi will declare in a voice trembling with both fear and resolve. "I won't have our children exposed to someone who could snap at any moment. I can't live looking over my shoulder, wondering if she's watching us, planning something. Not again, not after everything we've been through with Sheila." The parallel between Luna and Sheila Carter, perhaps the most notorious villain in the show's history, is not lost on viewers or characters alike. However, while Sheila's threats were often overt and her dangerous nature widely acknowledged, Luna presents a more insidious threat. Her ability to appear reformed while harboring darker intentions makes her in many ways more dangerous than her predecessors in the pantheon of bold and beautiful antagonists. Finn's impossible choice: family loyalty tested. For Finn Finnegan, Steffi's ultimatum creates an impossible dilemma that cuts to the core of his identity. Throughout his character arc, Finn has been defined by his compassion and his belief in second chances, qualities that made him both beloved by viewers and occasionally vulnerable to manipulation. Now he finds himself torn between his unwavering love for Steffi and their children and a newfound sense of responsibility toward Luna. Unlike his relationship with Sheila Carter, whom he eventually excised from his life completely, though not without considerable emotional turmoil, Finn's connection to Luna carries a different weight. There's a profound sense of guilt that haunts him, a nagging belief that perhaps if he had been present in Luna's formative years, he could have guided her toward a healthier path. This guilt manifests as a desire to be the family member she needs, now to offer the support and boundaries that might help her genuinely reform. "I understand your concerns," Finn will tell Steffi in a particularly poignant scene, "and nothing matters more to me than you and our children. But Luna is also family, and I can't help but wonder if she became who she is because people like me weren't there when she needed guidance. I failed her once by not being there. Am I supposed to fail her again?" This fundamental difference in perspective, Steffi's protective instinct versus Finn's rehabilitative approach, threatens to create the first serious rift in their otherwise solid marriage. The coming weeks will test whether their love can withstand this fundamental disagreement about how to handle a family member who represents a genuine threat. Liam's protective fury confronting Bill. While Steffi grapples with her husband's reluctance to completely cut ties with Luna, she finds an unexpected ally in her ex-husband Liam Spencer. Despite their complicated romantic history, Liam's protective instincts towards Steffi remain firmly intact, and the news of Luna's pardon and subsequent residence in Bill Spencer's home ignites a fury in him that will lead to one of the week's most explosive confrontations. In scenes crackling with tension, Liam will storm into his father's mansion, his normally measured demeanor replaced by righteous anger. The confrontation between father and son will expose not only their differing views on Luna, but also deeper issues in their relationship that have simmered beneath the surface for years. "Have you completely lost your mind?" Liam will demand, pacing Bill's living room like a caged animal. "She tried to kill multiple people, including Steffi, and you're giving her a bedroom down the hall from yours. What happened to the father who would do anything to protect his family?" Bill's defense that his decision came during what he describes as a viral outbreak of stupidity and personality changes that swept through several characters will do little to appease his son's concerns. This reference to a period when multiple characters seem to undergo inexplicable behavioral shifts adds a meta-commentary on recent storylines, while highlighting Bill's own awareness of his questionable judgment. The confrontation between Liam and Bill serves multiple narrative purposes beyond the immediate conflict over Luna. It reinforces Liam's ongoing concern for Steffi's well-being, subtly hinting at unresolved feelings that the show appears to be nurturing for a potential romantic revival. That also positions Bill as increasingly isolated from his family due to his controversial decisions, setting up potential redemption arcs or further estrangement in future storylines. Luna's disturbing fixation, the Will Spencer situation. Despite Luna's public claims of reformation and desire to become a better person, her actions behind closed doors tell a dramatically different story. In one of the week's most unsettling developments, Luna's interaction with Will Spencer reveals the disturbing extent to which her manipulative tendencies remain firmly entrenched. In scenes that will leave viewers profoundly uncomfortable, Luna approaches Will with an inappropriate proposition, offering sexual favors in what can only be described as a predatory attempt to establish control over him. This behavior is particularly troubling given the power dynamics at play, and Will's relative inexperience compared to Luna's calculated manipulation. "I could make you feel things you've never felt before," Luna will whisper to Will in a scene designed to showcase her predatory nature. "No one would have to know. It could be our little secret." This interaction serves as a stark reminder that Luna's claims of wanting to change are nothing more than a carefully constructed facade. Beneath the veneer of remorse lies the same manipulative individual who has already caused so much harm. Her fixation on Will appears to stem not from genuine attraction, but from a desire to establish a foothold in yet another family unit, expanding her web of influence and potential control. Elektra's fierce defense, a new target emerges. Luna's inappropriate advances toward Will do not go unnoticed, and Elektra Forrester emerges as an unexpected defender determined to protect both herself and Will from Luna's manipulations. In a confrontation that promises to be one of the week's most physically charged scenes, Elektra will directly challenge Luna, making it abundantly clear that her predatory behavior will not be tolerated. "Stay away from Will and stay away from me," Elektra will demand, physically inserting herself between Luna and Will. "I know exactly what you are and I'm not afraid of you." This protective stance draws interesting parallels to Steffi's approach, suggesting a pattern of strong women recognizing the threat Luna poses and taking direct action to counter it. However, as viewers have seen with Steffi's previous confrontations with Luna, such direct challenges often backfire in dangerous ways. Elektra's intervention, while admirable, effectively paints a target on her back. The moment Luna first noticed Elektra, observant viewers could detect a subtle shift in her demeanor, a calculating assessment that mentally categorized Elektra as an obstacle to be removed. This silent designation as a threat foreshadows potential danger for Elektra in upcoming episodes. Luna's history suggests that those who directly oppose her often find themselves in perilous situations, raising concerns about how far she might go to neutralize this new challenge to her plans. The psychological chess game, Luna's strategic manipulation. What makes Luna particularly fascinating as an antagonist is her ability to engage in a complex psychological chess game with those around her. Unlike more impulsive villains who act on immediate emotions, Luna demonstrates a patient, strategic approach to manipulation that makes her actions difficult to predict or counter. Her pardon, which many characters rightfully question given the severity of her crimes, has provided her with a clean slate in legal terms. However, rather than using this second chance to genuinely reform, Luna appears to be leveraging it to reposition herself within the social fabric of Los Angeles, identifying potential allies and targets with equal precision. Luna's methods bear some resemblance to those employed by Sheila Carter, though with notable differences that make her unique as an antagonist. While Sheila often resorted to overt threats and dramatic gestures, Luna operates with a subtlety that makes her, in many ways, more insidious. Her ability to present different faces to different people, appearing vulnerable and reformed to some while calculating and predatory to others, creates a dissonance that leaves both characters and viewers questioning which version represents her true self. This psychological complexity makes Luna not just a threat to physical safety, but also to the emotional and mental well-being of those around her. Her manipulation extends beyond simple deception into a more profound form of gaslighting, causing characters to question their own judgment and perceptions, a tactic that proves particularly effective against those who want to believe in the possibility of redemption. The ripple effects, relationships under strain. As Luna's influence spreads throughout the week, numerous relationships find themselves under unprecedented strain. The most obvious is Steffi and Finn's marriage, which faces its first truly serious test, as they find themselves at an impasse regarding Luna's place in their lives. The question of whether their love can withstand this fundamental disagreement looms large over their interactions. Similarly, Bill's decision to harbor Luna creates tension not only with Liam, but potentially with other family members and associates who recognize the danger she represents. His isolation grows with each passing day, raising questions about his judgment and priorities that could have long-lasting implications for his character development. The potential rekindling of feelings between Liam and Steffi adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. As Liam positions himself as Steffi's protector and ally against Luna, their shared concern creates opportunities for emotional intimacy that could complicate both their current relationships and future trajectories. Meanwhile, Electra's confrontation with Luna marks the beginning of what promises to be a tense rivalry, with Will potentially caught in the middle. This dynamic introduces new relationship configurations and potential alliances that could reshape the social landscape of the show in significant ways. Looking ahead, the inevitable escalation. As the week progresses, viewers can anticipate an escalation in tensions across multiple fronts. Luna's mask of reformation will likely slip further, revealing more of her true intentions to both characters and viewers. The question is not if but when she will abandon all pretense and fully embrace the manipulative and potentially violent tendencies that define her character. Steffi and Finn's disagreement about Luna will continue to test the boundaries of their commitment to each other, potentially creating vulnerabilities that Luna might exploit. Their conflict represents more than a simple disagreement. It reflects fundamentally different approaches to family, loyalty, and the possibility of redemption. Liam's protective stance towards Steffi will continue to nurture the embers of their past relationship, suggesting that romantic complications may soon add another dimension to the already complex situation. His confrontations with Bill may also force both father and son to reevaluate their relationship and the values they prioritize. Electra's emergence as a direct challenger to Luna positions her as a potential victim, raising concerns about how far Luna might go to eliminate what she perceives as obstacles. This developing rivalry promises to deliver some of the most tense and potentially dangerous interactions in upcoming episodes. The most pressing question remains how long before Luna's true nature fully reasserts itself, and what will be the catalyst that triggers her return to overtly dangerous behavior. The signs are already present in her interaction with Will, suggesting that beneath the surface of apparent reform, the same dangerous individual remains, waiting for the right moment to strike. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to explore the complex psychology of Luna Nozawa and the impact of her presence on the show's established characters, viewers can expect a week of high-stakes emotional drama, tense confrontations, and potentially life-altering decisions that will reshape relationships and set the stage for explosive developments in the weeks to come. The Luna Nozawa show is just beginning, and no one in Los Angeles is safe from its far-reaching consequences.